Tony, I've had a privilege to actually start very early on my career underneath of you, on your leadership, working within the Global Business Services division at Procter & Gamble. I remember the times, back in 2003, where we are building executive dashboards. So right now, every company has actually a dashboard at their fingertips. Back then, nearly 20 years ago, it was actually a cutting edge. So I was extremely lucky to start on that journey super early in my career. I'm looking forward to this discussion. I hope it will be actually a discussion. So I invite all of the attendees to throw your questions as we're going on the chat Q&A window, as well as when we open the mic later on in the session. Let's dive in right into the content, learn Tony's story and his advice to your businesses on how to make digital transformation initiatives successful. Tony, welcome, and over to you.
Thank you, Zdenek. It's a real pleasure to reconnect with you after all of these years. Yes, we were very early on in some of this business intelligence and what today would be called dashboarding and reporting capabilities. I've actually had the distinct pleasure of almost growing up with the IT and shared services industry, from having set up the first offshore shared services center in the Philippines as early as 1993, and then also eventually leading the outsourcing of 2/3 of IT and shared services for P&G, which was a 10-year, $8 billion deal in 2003. And then, as you mentioned, the Gillette acquisition and integration in 2005. And then along the way, setting up business intelligence and so on and so forth. But, after having run IT and shared services in every region of the world, towards the end of my career, I had the opportunity to actually look at this from a more broader industry perspective and create a 10x disruptive innovation product development organization for the industry using P&G as a playing ground in 2015 to 18, which is really what has led us here into digital transformation. So again, a real pleasure to be here